glowing. Okay, I'm sorry, pig. Crap. Well, must I really summon you at this hour? Well, sorry about that. Yep, kind of what I figured. That hurt. That hurt a lot. So I wonder... Wonder if all the presents were from that Mr. Death Hood after all. Well, I'm not going out there till morning. Don't know if I believe that. I haven't seen a werewolf before, or heard one in the night. Yeah, I don't believe him. Don't believe him at all. Yes, you dropped something, Mr. Deathhood. You think so, Fat Man? Some people might consider it a curse to be brought back. Present for a KL, was it? Oops. Your name is KL. I summoned him. Oh, wonderful. You're Astharas. Astharas. Must have been the trip. I am listening to you guys. I'm a little distracted right now, just so you know. Theris. All right, Fat Man, I will listen in a moment, or a few minutes, about the werewolf. Oh, I wonder if he can't come in unless he's invited. Or perhaps it's my Enderman head out there that's keeping him at bay. Because he did say my door was protected. But I thought it was because the button was missing. But perhaps not. He can't answer that. This is a safe place. A vampire? Maybe. Ah. Well, let's ask him. Wow. Well, he can't do much to me behind the door, but once I leave... that sounds like it might be. Actually... You can't appear in the day, not really in bright light. That sounds really like a vampire to me. At least the stories of vampires. You need a seer? You suspect your brother. Perhaps I misspoke, perhaps. Kale will be your seer. I see. And if KL decides not to be your seer? Maybe I can convince Kale not to be his seer. He'd better hope he has a door like yours. I see. That's not much of a choice then, is it? Well, if I'm wrong and Atira is not female, then Atira might be the brother. If your current host guest escapes, there won't be anything you can do. Is his house guest Atira? She said she had a short time. Oh. I think I might have it. Oh, the light's coming. I better get my questions asked. You don't have the capability to answer that. Shades of Grey. And he has a sister as well. I think the answer is yes. Maybe he didn't intend me to summon him. Because I'm getting answers from him. Some answers. Oh. Okay, small intermission while the door is repaired. So does that ritual have power over him? So was it a forced summoning, or was it more like a gate where he could choose to come? Because if it was a forced summoning... And other's your brother. Really? What sort of a crystal would that be? And I have no idea who his brother is. So there's 3 sides here, I think. Many crystals in this land. Several types of copper. You only need 1 copper. I can relate to that. Why is his brother infuriating? What is it that upsets him? He doesn't really want to talk too much about his sister. Ah, I see. He gets out more. Yes? What is your quarrel with her? And yes, Waffle. I agree. I agree entirely. That's why I was very careful about how I spoke of the crystals. So I can use it to summon her? Free her? You can't answer what his quarrel with her is. I really think she's the one he's imprisoned. And that's why her time was short. And yes, Simuse, this troubled family seems to have... Oh, I see. Whatever the word is. I don't think he gave me the with which to summon him. Oh, you have to... Well, spirits, can you think of anything else you think I should ask him? I think I've about got as much out of him as I can before I let him go. Although I'm a little nervous about exiting my dwelling after letting him go. Well, he said that he wasn't responsible for the werewolf. Not that I believe him, but that's what he says. Oh, I see. A cure. He could always see you. So I can see him now in his, and that's why I can see him now in his true form, because, even though it's night, because he's summoned. So I could see him when he became a dog, but that was so I could see him, I guess. He's put a chest in front of my door. I'm not opening the door. He keeps a chest in his pocket with "There is no cure." I don't know if... And I'm sure you spirits realize that "thank you" is quite with quotes around it. I'm highly suspicious of these particular gifts. The Wolf's Bane, perhaps, because you mentioned it first. But the robes? Oh. Well, he says he doesn't have a choice, but... I'm beginning to get the impression he's being helpful, not because he wants to be. So if I find one that I think is going to be is a werewolf, I can click them with the Wolf's Bane, and the robes will protect you from the wolves. And you can't answer that. Yeah, okay. So he doesn't have to answer questions, but it's like I have to command him. Well, yeah. Waste his time for Atreya, that's true. Atira. Call him over for a cup of tea. Alright, I think... It's a question. He probably won't answer. Oh, I see. Their father is dead. Almost free to rule as you please. Almost? Ah. Almost real proof. Ah, you guys were right. You said the blood moons were a factor. And it looks like from what he says, that's true. Like I said, always assuming he's telling the truth, but it seems like if he wants to lie about something, he has to say he can't answer that. At least that's what the impression I get. Aha. So he had his brother and his sister prisoner. So she is still a prisoner. The brother is not. I'm guessing. When this all... Interesting. A lair. All he can must... Did he fix... If he... So he's responsible. That should annoy him. Well, that seems to have caught him a bit flat-footed now, hasn't it? Oh. Weren't you already? Of course, poking someone who seems to have immense powers with a stick is probably not the wisest course of action. Oh, but I'm actually having... Oh, okay, I'm probably having too much fun having him stuck here, but... But not your sister. You are free to go. And I'll be happy when I don't hear growling from my left anymore. Yes, exactly. I put quotes around my word trip too. And he's gone? Possibly.